Alright, this will be the video for lesson 14 for picture graphs, and in this lesson you guys are going to be showing data in a picture graph. So if you have your assignment in front of you, we'll go ahead and start with the solve and share. The graph shows the favorite subjects for a class. How can you use the graph to write the data in this table? Tell how you know. So they've already made a picture graph for you here. Okay, so looking at the title, we know that this is a picture graph that shows each student's favorite school subject. So each face would represent one student. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the data from the picture graph and we're going to make a tally chart down below. Okay, so if we want to know how many students chose reading for their favorite school subject, we would go up to the picture graph and count how many smiley faces there are in that row. So here's reading, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 students chose reading. So we're going to use tally marks to represent our data. We're going to do the same thing for math. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students chose math for their favorite subject. So I'm going to make 6 tally marks down here. And we're going to look at science, and it looks like 3. And social studies, 1 student chose social studies. Okay? Alright, and then we can answer some questions as we look at these, either the tally chart or our picture graph. Okay? We could figure out which school subject was the favorite by seeing which school subject had the most faces. So if that was my question for all of you, it looks like math would be the most favorite because it has the most smiley faces. Okay? Which subject would be the least favorite? Social studies, because there's only 1 student that chose social studies. Okay? If we wanted to know how many students voted for their favorite school subject, we would count all of the smiley faces, or we could add up all of our numbers. We could add 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 3 more would be 13, plus 1 more would be 14. So 14 students voted for their favorite school subject. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page. You guys should see the guided practice number 1 and number 2. Before we do those, let's look at the do you understand. It says, how are the tally chart and picture graph for the favorite ball games of Miss Green's class alike? And they're referring to this up here at the top, to the tally chart and the picture graph. So whenever we take a tally chart and turn it into a picture graph, or vice versa, we know that they are alike because they should show the same data. Okay, just like on the first page that we did, if 2 people on the tally chart like baseball, you should see 2 symbols next to baseball. Same thing with soccer. The numbers should match. Okay, so they should show the same data. And remember, if you need to pause the video at any time to write something down, you can do that, okay? Alright, I'm going to jump over here to the guided practice. The directions say to use the tally chart to complete the picture graph. Then use the picture graph to solve the problems. So this time they give you the tally chart and it's your job to complete a picture graph. Picture graphs are exactly what they sound like. They use symbols or pictures to represent the data. Down here in our key, it's telling us that for each vote, they want you to draw a pencil. Okay? If you draw little rectangles, that works for me. Okay? So they have 5 blue pencils already drawn for you to match the tally chart. We need to draw 6 to represent the red as their favorite color. So again, if you guys just want to draw little rectangles, that works for me. You need to make sure and have 6 of them so it matches your tally chart. Okay, and then we need to do the same thing for purple, but purple has 3 tally marks, so we're going to draw 3 pencils. All right, once our picture graph is complete, we can answer our 2 questions. How many students like blue best? You can either look over here at your tally chart, or you can count the pictures in your picture graph. They have for you 5. Which color is the favorite of most students? Okay, so which color has the greater number? It looks like red. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn our paper so that you should see number 3. And I'm going to go over your assignment here. The rest of these you're going to work on by yourself. So for the independent practice, it says to use the tally chart to complete the picture graph, then use the picture graph to solve the problems. This will be just like we did on the guided practice. Okay, except if you look at your symbol here, you are drawing little stick figures to represent each vote. So for spring, you would draw 4 stick figures over here. And then you need to do the same for summer, fall, and winter. Remember, your data from your tally chart should match the data in your picture graph. Okay, and then you're going to answer these questions on 4 through 9. Number 10, let's take a look at number 10. It says to look at the picture graph above. How would the graph change if 2 students changed their votes from summer to fall? So I don't have it drawn up here, but you guys are going to come up to your graph and you're going to take away or cross out 2 students up here on your summer, and you're going to add their votes to fall. So you're going to cross out 2 on summer and draw 2 more down here to fall, and then tell me how many symbols each season would have. Okay, so you would say fall has blank symbols and summer has blank symbols. Okay, turn your page so that you see number 11, and you're going to be creating another picture graph using this tally chart over here. Okay, so they've given you the title and your 4 categories over here. You'll need to trace those. They have this as your symbol for a tree. If you would like to use a triangle for your symbol, that might be a little bit easier than trying to match their tree, but it's up to you. Okay? All right, then you're going to answer these questions using this picture graph up here. And then number 14, you are given a table with some data, looks like for the favorite drinks, and you're going to make a picture graph. Okay, so you'll need a title. Okay, again, your title can match the same, can be the same as they use for their tally chart, and then your 3 categories or the 3 choices, and then your symbol is a cup. That's what you'll draw to represent each vote. Okay? All right, so one reason why we use picture graphs is because picture graphs make it very easy to see and count our data. Okay, so your assignment is going to be 1 through 14. If you guys have any questions, let me know.